Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to Review with Matt, where I only promote products that I have personally used and that I believe in. Today we're going to be talking about massage chairs. I'm going to go over some of the best ways to pick the right chair for you. If you stick around to the end, I've got two recommendations for you in case you're looking to make that purchase. With that said, let's go. Our first major factor to consider here is, of course, the price range. What is your budget for your massage chair? It's going to be an upfront investment no matter what you do. You can find some for several $100s, like this one from Best Massage. You can also find some for well over $10,000, like this one from the Rocco here. Now, personally, I can't imagine spending that much. I don't got it like that, but maybe you do. Maybe you want a massage chair that can change your oil and order you a pizza while you're in it. Maybe you just need the, kind of the bare minimum. Whatever the case, there are tons of models out there. Here's the way that I looked at it. I wanted to make sure that it was something that wasn't really going to set me back too much, but something that I was comfortable saving up for over a couple months. Now, I personally chose to purchase mine through Amazon. I'll give you a couple reasons why there. Number one, massage chair sellers on Amazon tend to offer coupons. When I purchased mine, I was able to get a $200 coupon off my chair right off the top. That was awesome. That really helped me feel more comfortable about it. Number two, I do have an Amazon Prime membership, so of course the shipping was included. Some of these chairs weigh a couple £100, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that if you buy from their site, the shipping's going to be an additional couple $100. Number three, Amazon also offers financing options. So maybe you don't have it all right up front, but you have you got a financing plan in mind that just makes sense to you. There are a lot of sellers on Amazon that offer those financing options. Number four, the transparency on Amazon is unmatched. Being able to go through the reviews, see what people are saying, get the positive and the negative, and those people in the middle ground, very, very valuable. You can see exactly what people are liking, what they're not liking. That'll help you make a more informed decision. And finally, as with pretty much anything on Amazon, they've got that 30-day return window. So if for whatever reason it's just not the best fit for you, keep the original box, keep the packaging. You can return it within 30 days, get a refund, no questions asked. Fun fact, the chair that I bought, they ended up sending me a note after I bought it, just something in the mail where if I gave them a good review, or they said an honest review. Obviously, they're hoping to get a good review, which I did leave. I was very pleased with mine. They were going to send me an additional $200 rebate and a massage gun. Now, that may have been a limited time deal. I wouldn't necessarily expect that on yours, but just goes to show you find the right model, you can get those coupons, you can get that rebate, you can get a couple things that'll help you keep that cost down so that you can feel even better about your purchase. So major consideration is the budget, of course. What are you comfortable spending? Are you going to finance it? Are you going to buy it outright? Do you want to get it from Amazon where you can have some of those added benefits? Or do you want to go to a direct retailer's website or even to a showroom? Totally your call, whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. Quick tip, make sure if you've got a partner, a spouse, or something like that, make sure you discuss this with them too, okay? Last thing you want to do is go spend $3,000 on a massage chair and find out that you guys had big vacation plans or something like that. Make sure you talk about that because, again, it is a little bit of a bigger investment up front. Totally worth it, but still an investment nonetheless. At this point, I also want to point out if you're a little bit elderly and getting into a classic massage chair seems like it may be more trouble than it's worth, it might be more difficult, they do also make those power lift recliners that have simple heating and massage functions as well. That way it's easier to get into the chair. You can still enjoy some of the benefits of a massage chair. And then when you're done, it's got that added benefit of being able to kind of lift you up out of your chair. So it's just easier for you to manage. Just wanted to include that in there. So ultimately, first thing to consider, how much are you comfortable spending? Use that as your guide. Personally, I went to Amazon and I typed in a price range to make sure that I was only seeing chairs that I thought were going to be good for my financial situation. Factor number two, what features does the massage chair offer? Now that you've narrowed down what kind of budget you're comfortable with, there are so many different massage chairs, so many different features. Though I will say this, a lot of the ones being sold concurrently these days have a lot of the same features. So we can at least simplify that a little bit. I'm going to go over a couple of the major considerations here. Hopefully this will help educate you so that you feel a little bit more prepared when you go to make your purchase. Okay, so feature number one, is it an S track, an L track, or an SL track? I had no idea what this meant when I first bought mine. I ended up with an SL track, which I'll explain why in just a moment. The S track, think of it like this, like an actual S. This is your spine right here, okay? Your spine naturally has more of an S sort of shape to it anyway. So any massage chair that says S track, its rollers are going to follow a pattern that mirrors an S, that looks similar to an S. Usually this is going to get from your shoulders down to your lower back, but that's about where it's going to stop. It will not extend down into your legs. Now, contrary to that, there is a such thing as an L track, and that one's shaped a little bit more like an L, which will go down your back, and then it will get a portion of your legs. Finally, putting those two together, there's an SL track model, which is going to give you that S shape going down your back and curve underneath here to get the lower part of your legs and your hamstrings. What I really like about the SL track is I can also target your glutes pretty well. A lot of times our lower back pain comes from really tight glutes or really tight hips right in here. So it's nice to be able to get down in there with your massage chair so that you can start to feel a little bit of relief here in your lower back. Now, it seems silly to consider that, but it's a big consideration. It can really affect the price and it can really affect what kind of massage you're getting at the end of the day. Personally, I chose the SL track. I like the fact that it can go from my neck all the way down almost to underneath my knees. It's pretty fantastic. Number two, the 2D, 3D, and 4D buzzwords. Right, those are some words that these massage chair manufacturers throw in just to kind of make it sound cooler, but there is a little bit of logic to it as well. Now with 2D, you can imagine it's basically just going up and down or side to side. It's moving on one plane right here. 3D, it's going to go up and down, side to side, but it can also go in and out. You can adjust the intensity so that you can get a little bit more power going into the spots that you need it, as well as enjoying that up and down, side to side. And finally, the 4D takes all the best from the 3D, up, down, side to side, in and out, and then it also adds speed control so that you can control how fast the rollers are going, how fast the massage is going. Now, during my research, I came across a couple sites that made sure to mention if something is advertised as 5D or 6D, it's likely just marketing stuff because, I mean, what more can you really do besides up, down, side to side, forwards, backwards, and the speed? So don't be thrown off by 5D or 6D. They're not some new revolutionary technologies. They're just marketing terms. Number three, what kinds of massage techniques does the chair actually use? There are some out there, all they do is roll. They just go up and down, which is nice. It's kind of like your classic massage feel. There are others that will do kneading, which is more of like a circular kind of motion. So it's actually lifting and stretching different parts of your anatomy. There's tapping, which is kind of like a percussion, you know, like the chopping sort of motion that'll go up and down. That one's pretty nice too. There's also shiatsu, which adds a little bit more pressure right where the pressure points tend to be for most people. And you're especially going to see that in the 3D type models because you got that up and down, side to side. That's great. But you really like to get in deep, maybe around your shoulder blades or right around your glutes. That shiatsu is going to be a great way to add a little bit more force. And now you'd also want to be able to make sure that you can control the intensity on any of these. That way, you're not stuck with a chair that is just beating you up every time or a chair where you can hardly feel it. Now, building off of the different massage types, personally, I would not buy a chair if it didn't have the airbags. Okay, the airbags are absolutely wonderful. A lot of these chairs, they've got airbags in the forearms, up by the shoulders. Some of them have it by the hips. Others have it on the legs, even down in the feet. The chair will inflate these bags periodically and rhythmically to squeeze onto those different parts of your body and then release. That way it's stimulating circulation, stimulating blood flow, and it really just feels nice getting that nice squeeze, especially on the forearms. If you use your hands a lot every day, or if you're on your feet all day, you can get the leg and the foot airbags going. Really, really wonderful. I would not buy a massage chair without those. And to take that a step further, a lot of them have controls for the intensity of the airbag, which is even better. If you want just a light squeeze, you can do that. If you want it to be really intense, you can do that. Other miscellaneous features you're going to see in a lot of these massage chairs. A lot of them now have the Bluetooth stereo. That's not really a huge differentiator because it's not that difficult for these companies to put Bluetooth stereos into their massage chairs nowadays. Now, I personally don't really use those, although they are kind of nice. I just prefer the quiet when I'm getting my massage. That's good for me. Aside from that, a lot of these chairs have heating mechanisms. They'll heat your lower back. They'll heat your feet. They'll heat your legs. That's a really nice touch, especially if it's during wintertime. Maybe your house is nice and warm already, but you want a little extra heat while you're getting that massage. Really, really nice for loosening up those muscles. Another big feature I wouldn't do without, make sure it's got a nice big screen right there. A lot of them have these LCD screens now that are really easy to read, really easy to know exactly what you're doing so that you can get the right kind of massage at the right time, at the right intensity. Some of them have smartphone apps. I personally don't bother with that. I prefer to leave my phone down and away when I'm getting my massage so I can really immerse myself in it. But for those of you that are really, really tech savvy, it's nice to know that some of these also have a smartphone where maybe you can program certain features and you can save your settings for the more expensive models and do things like that. A little bit over my head. I'm a little bit more simple than that, but it's out there. It does exist. And finally, just another consideration is how well does it assemble? Is it really, really involved? The one that I personally chose, there was two pieces to it. It was the chair portion, the leg portion. The leg portion went in with two screws, super simple. It took me maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes to get it all set up. And it took me probably 3 times that long to figure out what to do with the box. That was honestly the hardest part of the assembly. The box was massive, so I had to get a blade. I think I went through 1 or 2 different blades, just cutting up the pieces so that I could get it out to the recycling okay. But that's a big consideration. How big is the chair? Most of these are going to be thin enough that you can fit them through a regular doorway, but you'll also consider, are you going to be moving anytime soon? We bought ours when we lived in an apartment. Now we're in a house, we got a little bit more room. And I was actually really pleasantly surprised with how easy it was to get it out of the apartment, into the truck, into our new house, good to go. Okay, so we just talked a lot about the different features in these chairs, and it's just like any technology these days. There's so many options, it can be overwhelming. Personally, the ones that were most important to me were the air compression. I really liked that squeezing airbag motion. The SL track, I really wanted to make sure I could get my entire spine and going down into the glutes and the legs. And then the 3D motion. I wanted to make sure I could adjust the intensity in case I needed more or less. Those were most important to me. Consider what the most important features to you might be. And factor number 3, reviews, support, warranty. When you're getting ready to buy something for a couple hundred, maybe even a couple $1,000s, this stuff's pretty important. Now, for me personally, I would never spend that kind of money without knowing there's some sort of warranty, some sort of money back guarantee, some sort of assurance that if things are not what I expected, that I can get my money back and go get something that'll work better. Now, when buying on Amazon, sometimes it can be difficult to tell if there's a warranty. What I did is I went to the actual manufacturer's website and I looked to see if they offered a warranty there. I also looked for language that suggested whether they did or didn't offer it if I bought it on Amazon. I found that it did still come with that warranty. Really eased my mind. If a company's offering a longer warranty, to me that suggests that they feel good about their product. They're happy to cover it for a little bit longer. That's a big consideration. Does the chair you're looking at come with a warranty? If not, up to you, but I might keep shopping. Now, the reviews we touched on a little bit. Again, this is another reason I prefer to buy from Amazon, even the bigger, more expensive items like this, because I want to see what other people are saying. Sometimes you go to these manufacturers' websites and they've got 1 or 2 comments. That doesn't give me a great sense of security or comfort, especially here in 2024. It should be so easy for us to gather reviews from other people's experience. If the site you're buying from is lacking reviews, unless you've got just like a bulletproof review from someone that you know and trust, I would look elsewhere. I want to know exactly what I'm getting. I want to know the positive and the negative, which again is why I would recommend going to Amazon for something like this. And lastly, the support that you'll receive after you buy the product. This one can especially be tricky because in a lot of cases, you really don't know what kind of support you can get until after you've bought it, until you find yourself in that situation where you need support. And that can be a little bit scary. Again, this is where we're going to lean on those reviews. If you've got a lot of good reviews, it seems like a lot of people are saying the same thing. There's good quality and quantity. It's probably something you can feel a little bit safer about, whether that company offers great support or not. But if you just can't quite get past that, again, go to the manufacturer's website, see if you can give them an email or even give them a call. Ask what they do in terms of, equipment breaking, or ask how they would handle the situation if for some reason it arrived and it was damaged, things like that. Okay, so there's ways that you can do your homework there, but reviews, support, and warranty should definitely be important to you, even if you're not really on a budget. Even if you've got the money to spend, just take a little bit of extra time, do the research, make sure you can feel good about your purchase. And there you have the 3 most important factors to consider when buying your massage chair. The price, what's your budget like? The features, what's most important to you? And the reviews, support, and warranty. And that about does it, guys. Thanks so much for staying tuned here. As promised, here are my top 2 recommendations. First up is the top budget pick, which is the Real Relax 2024 massage chair. Now, this is literally the second highest rated one that I could find on Amazon, with just over 3,600 reviews, averaging out to about 4.2 stars at the time of filming. Now, important to note, this is an S-track chair, likely why it's a little bit more affordable. It will not go down into the leg region. That said, it is a dual core S-track, meaning there's a separate roller for your neck and for your back, and they can operate independently. This can give you a little bit more of an immersive experience rather than just one fixed roller that goes up and down. Now, even though it doesn't hit your legs, it does still have foot rollers and airbags pretty much all over the body. Shoulders, arms, hips, and feet. Another little bonus, as with most of the Real Relax chairs, the footrest actually extends out about 6 extra inches for you taller folks. And I'll take this opportunity to note that a lot of these massage chairs are more designed for people between 5.5 and 6.5 feet tall. If you're going beyond then, I'm sure they make custom models that are a little bit bigger, but for the average size, right about 5'6", 5'8", it should be just fine with most of these models you're going to find online. From there, the Real Relax 2024 has a lot of similar features to other models. It's got the Bluetooth, it's got the airbags, it's got the auto-programmed controls, which are pretty cool. If you don't feel like doing the manual control, just hit one of your 6 auto programs and just let it do its thing. It's got the feet rollers, it's got the airbags, like we said. It does also have app control and a remote right on the massage chair itself. So that's a great pick. At the time of filming this, it was just under $900, and they were offering a 3% coupon code. Now, keep in mind, of course, Amazon does do dynamic pricing, meaning you may not see the exact same price. They kind of experiment with it over time. But for under $1,000, I would certainly call that a budget massage chair. And finally, the top pick, my top pick, the one that I ended up buying, was the Real Relax Favor 06 model, coming in at about 4.3 stars with just over 700 reviews. Absolutely love it. Bought this a little bit over a year ago after doing all of this very similar research on a lot of different models, and I ended up going with this one. For starters, it does have the SL track, so it'll get the back and your legs. It's got the zero gravity motion where it'll go all the way back. And one thing I like about this too, a lot of these chairs, they just have a one button zero gravity mode where it goes from regular all the way back, but sometimes you can't get in between somewhere. With the Favor 06, it's got the knob that you can turn, and that'll actually control where you want to go. Kind of like if you've got the power seats in your car, you can put it very precisely where you want it to be. That's what you can do with the Favor 06. It, of course, has the airbags, shoulders, forearms, calves, and feet. Absolutely wonderful with 5 different intensity levels for the airbags. It does have an app that you can control with it, although the big LCD screen is big enough and simple enough. I don't even bother with the app. I just do what's right on here. It has 6 pre-programmed modes. My favorite's the A2, which is the Chinese massage. And it also has a wide range of manual settings. So if you want it to be just by your neck, you can do that. If you want to increase the intensity by your neck, you can do that. If you want to change the type of massage, you can do that. If you want to change which airbags are inflating. Very, very customizable, more so than a lot of other models. And as with a lot of the other ones, it's got the lower back heating and it's got the Bluetooth stereos. I also really liked about this one, super simple to assemble. Like I said earlier, it came in one huge box. The chair itself, the footrest was nestled inside the chair. All you had to do was take the footrest out, put 2 screws in, put on the screen, plug it in, ready to go. Now, at the time of recording this, it's just under $1,800, which is about what I got it for. However, this one had a $200 coupon on it, which, by the way, I've gone back and I've looked over the last year. I have never seen them offer this without a $200+ coupon. So if you're watching this, hop on over, see if it's still valid. And then this is also the model where once I had purchased it, they sent me a letter a couple weeks later offering an additional $200 rebate if I would do a nice review for them. Now, I liked it so much, I had no problem leaving a nice review and a couple pictures. They ended up sending it to me via PayPal a couple weeks later. All was good. So ultimately, I ended up saving about $400 off of this massage chair from its original price. Hard to beat. All right, guys, and that wraps up how to choose the best massage chair for you. If you guys found this helpful, please leave a like or a comment. You know what to do down there. I've also included the 2 links to both of the chairs down in the description below. Full disclosure, if you make a purchase through those links, I will earn a small commission, which is part of how we keep the lights on here. So I really appreciate that. And just one final thought, guys. There are a lot of different massage companies out there. I chose to promote Real Relax because I have one of their chairs. I've had nothing but good experiences with it for the past year, and I'm confident you will as well. So thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe. I look forward to bringing you guys more insightful reviews in the future. And until next time, have a great day. Be safe.